Hey guys, it's Faith. So sorry. It's been actually like forever since I've posted a video. Also sorry about how dark it is. It's like almost midnight. Um, I just wanted to give you guys an update about my last video. I think I posted that I was going to be applying for the Disney College program again at the end of this, or the middle actually, whenever. The fall for 2014. Well, I did apply and I got through everything and I did not get a job offer. But that is not deterring me at all. I'm still in college, so I'm going to apply again in September for the spring 2015 program. And I mean, I'm not giving up. It was kind of like the second I quit my first Disney College program, like as soon as I stepped foot on the plane, I realized I was making a big mistake. And it's really sad whenever I get on YouTube and I'm looking at the Disney College program tag and I'm seeing all these people posting how to quit and why they quit, and just not that I don't think that there is a reason to quit the Disney College program, but just I think that a bunch of people are going down there with the same mindset as I did. I went down there with the mindset that I was going to be working at Disney, I was going to be playing around, I wasn't going to be working 50 to 60 hours a week. That just wasn't going to happen. And that's exactly what happened, is I was working all the time. I mean, you get 2 days off, so that's excellent. And sometimes if you don't work in Magic Kingdom, you get really awesome hours and stuff. And I see people quitting because, like, just stupid things like they didn't get enough time off and they didn't get to go to the parks as much as they wanted to, or the work was too hard, or it was too hot, or something like that. And it's just like, you have no idea how many people you beat out for that position. And you're just throwing it away. I think that a lot of people are taking this lightly. They look at it like, oh my gosh, it's the Disney College program. I get to go live at Disney World and I get to do whatever I want and just get to play around at the parks all the time. And it's not true. I think that there are quite a few people who do actually know that it's an internship. You are signing papers to work for Disney. And I don't think enough people take that seriously. You're going to be working the whole time, and it's great. You meet so many wonderful people, and I am just, every time I think about it, I just want to kick myself, because, I mean, it's just, I'm not blaming anybody but myself for quitting my program, because nobody could have done it but me. Man, I'm thinking back, like, trying to remember before I apply again, like, what are the real reasons that I came home. Like, I can look at it now through rose-colored glasses because I miss it so much. 2 years later, I miss it with every fiber of my being. And it's like, I want to know. I should have, like, written down what exactly I was feeling whenever I left the first time, and so I could look at it if I ever wanted to apply again. And the reasons that I quit were exactly why I get upset about seeing those videos on YouTube, is because I went in with the mindset I was going to be playing around and I wasn't going to be working, and I wasn't going to miss my family when they called me every day. And, I mean, it was a huge deal for me. I think I was 18. I was 18 years old. I was, like, fresh, like, just turned 18. Like, 3 months before I left, I turned 18. So, I mean, it was one of the first times, other than that one semester at college, that I had been away from my family had been away from 18 hours away from my family for 2 or 3 months. That was as long as I could stay, because I just, I was too young. I was immature. I wasn't ready for something as big as that. That's a life-changing thing. You get to stay there from I think it's from 4 months, and you can stay to a year, and then you get the opportunity at the end, if they want you to stay on, you get the opportunity to go full-time or part-time or seasonal or whatever. And it's just, I wasn't ready. I was not mature. I didn't think that I would miss it as much as I do. So I'm gonna urge people that if you're thinking about applying for the Disney College program, that is awesome. And I'm really excited for you, and I wish you the best. But I need there are people who are genuinely applying to work at Disney World, and that's all that they care about, is working there. And then there's some people who just want to say, I went and lived at Disney World. And I really urge you to explore completely all the reasons that you're applying to do the program. Make sure it's not just because, oh, you like Florida, or oh, you like Disney. Make sure it's because, that is it's a resume builder for one. That's a huge doorway. That's a Fortune 500 company that you could sign on with and aim for the stars. I mean, it's not something that should be taken lightly and should just be a last-minute decision. As the South would say, you can't just make this decision all willy-nilly. It's a huge deal, and it deserves to be taken seriously. And I myself have tried to sit back and write down exactly why I want to go back and what is it exactly that I miss. And it was so hard. I wound up writing 3 or 4 pages of just why I want to go back now and what I miss. And I mean, it has been the only constant. Needing to be working back at Disney World and being in Florida has been the only constant in my life for the past 2 years. And that has never happened before. I've never had a dream that has stayed with me for, longer than 6 or 7 months. And I can see now clearly. I'm 20 years old. I've been away from my family. I know what it is now. I know how it feels to be away from your family. And I know the responsibility that you have to be prepared for when you do something like this. And I'm ready to do it. Finally, 2 years later, I'm ready. And if I do get accepted, I'm praying to God that I do. I don't think that I would have words to say. And if I don't get accepted, that's still okay. I'm going to college to get my CNA certification, and then I'll move on to my LPN and then RN to be a nurse. But I can be working and saving money here, and then I can just get myself down there. It'll take longer than the Disney College program, and I won't have that experience of the Disney College program, which is, I think that would help me more to transition into that new stage of my life. But, it's just, I hate to be cheesy, but it's have you ever had a dream? And Walt said, if you have the courage to pursue it, any dream will come true. And I believe that. I believe that so completely. And there have just been things in my life happening that God has just kind of told me that that's where I need to be, and He'll get me there. And I felt like I needed to share this, I guess, so that I could give people who are thinking about the Disney College program or are doing the Disney College program and considering going home. I just really, really, really think really hard about what you're doing, what you're going to do, how this will affect you, and is it just, if you're thinking about going home, is it just because you miss your family? Because that you can always take days off and you can go see your family. You can call them, you can FaceTime, you can Snapchat or whatever. Your family, if they are your family, they'll understand that you're doing what you're doing to make your life better. And they'll support that. I mean, and if it's just your roommates, my problem was some of my roommates and I didn't get along, and they made my life hell. So that, I'm sure, didn't help the homesickness and how it made my decision to quit that much easier. You can always switch apartments. Once I made sense of it in my mind, I okayed it with, I need to go home because I miss my family and my roommates. Not all of my roommates, because please don't get me wrong, I loved the majority of you guys. But we just had differences that we couldn't get over. I mean, not everyone is going to get along with everybody. And that's life. You're going to run into that anywhere you go. But once I made sense of it in my brain, I just kept like, okay, I miss my family. My roommates are horrible. I don't get 5 days off a week. I have to work. I have to actually work. What is that, And I don't have my car, and I have to ride the bus, and I have to get up early. And then I'm like, whenever I was writing why I wanted to go back and do this program and continue on and enter into the next stage of my life, I'm realizing I'm doing all of that now. I have to wake up early. Well, I have my car. I have 3 sisters. They're not always awesome. They're not always great, and they're not always nice. And we definitely don't always get along. But, and I was working, and it was long hours. I didn't get 5 days off a week, and it's just, I mean, I was really, another Southern, I was just really willy-nilly about coming home. I was just, I made the decision within like 10 minutes. I called my grandparents, who I live with, and I just said, Grandma, I miss you. And she says, I wish you could come and see me. I said, Grandma, I'm coming home. I made the decision on that phone call within like 30 seconds of talking to my grandma. I was like, Grandma, I'm coming home. And I bought my airline ticket as soon as I got off the phone with her, and I left the very next day. So there wasn't a whole bunch of a thought process that went into that, because obviously I could have video chatted her or my entire family, or even just taken a couple days off and gone home just to see them. I think that I did what was right for myself at the time, for the 18-year-old Faith. I think I did what was right then, and I'm going to do what's right now. And what's right now is in August 5th, I'm starting my CNA classes, and I'll be done with that by the end of August, and I'm taking medical terminology and human anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, I think that's what it's called. And I'll be done with that in December, but in the meantime, Disney College program, will drop their apps sometime in December or September. Yeah, September. And I'm going to apply. And I'm going to pray and I'm going to work my butt off to get myself there. And I'm going to know this time, going into it, that don't just accept a person as your roommate because, oh my gosh, we're both excited to be working at Disney and we both like the new Drake song. Like, you're going to be living with these people for 6 months at least. I mean, even up to a year. You're going to be living with these girls or boys if you're a guy. This is a serious decision. This is like when you go to the pound and you want to get a dog. You have to be like, okay, now, what's my life doing? And what dog do I want to have in that? It's not really a good analogy. Just really, really, really make sure that you don't just pick these girls because you have the same hair color or whatever. And it's kind of sad because whenever I applied this time, I was so sure that I was going to get accepted. And I see now why I didn't is because I needed to get my nursing career started. So I didn't get behind. And I kind of jumped the gun a little bit and got all my roommates picked out. And I'm still in contact with them. One of them I know is there right now at doing the Disney College program, and I'm still in contact with her, and I'm so proud of her, and she's just awesome, and I'm living vicariously through her while I'm waiting to apply again. But I jumped the gun and picked out my roommates before applications even dropped to apply. So it's kind of a dangerous thing, but I was so excited and I couldn't help it. But this video has kind of been all over the place. I don't even know where I started. But my vow to you guys, my YouTube family, is this. I, Faith, am going to apply for the Disney College program in September. And I, Faith, am going to become a CNA in August. A CNA, by the way, is a certified nursing assistant. So, just in case you didn't know. And I'm going to get myself to Florida. And I'm going to get myself back to my Disney family. My Disney Ohana. That's going to happen. 9 months. And I'll be in Florida. 9 months. I can do it. So, all in all, if you're still watching even, this has been about 20 minutes. I'm sorry. But I needed to really make sure that you know what you're doing if you're thinking about the Disney College program, or if you're thinking about quitting, or whatever you clicked on my video for. Sit down and just write out every reason that you want to do this Disney College program, or why you want to quit. And if you're wanting to do the program, after you're done looking at your reasons, imagine yourself being a Disney cast member about to hire you, and read those reasons and see if that's someone you'd want working for you. And make sure you're honest, because in the end you're only hurting yourself, and if you get accepted and go and then quit, you're pushing somebody else who desperately wanted to actually work for Disney out of the running. And if you're thinking about quitting, really, really, really make sure that this isn't something that can be fixed with either switching apartments or going home for 2 or 3 days. You don't even have to go home. Just take like a sick day. and just see if there's anything that you can do to make this, whatever you are thinking about going home for, to make it better before you officially call and say, I am blah 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 and I need to quit my program. Because it's not gonna be something that's just gonna go away and be like, oh yeah, I did the Disney College program for like 2 days. No. It's gonna be something that you come home and people are gonna ask you, hey, I thought you were working in Disney, or hey, I thought you were in Florida, what happened? And you're gonna have to say, oh, I had to actually work while I was there. We had to actually work full time at the program that I signed up to work. So, really just make sure you know, and really search your heart and make sure that it's the right thing to do. And like I said, whenever I quit my program, it was the right thing for me to do, right thing for the 18-year-old who had never been away from home, me, to do. And now that I'm 20, oh my gosh, I'm 20, I'm mature and I know what I want with my life. And Florida and Disney, that's about all of it. That's it. That's what I want. And that's what I'm going to do. So, I hope you enjoyed this 21, almost 22 minute long video. And just really make sure your heart's in it. Whatever your decision is, make sure that your whole heart is in it. And that's all I can say. Have a magical day, guys.